Hello, college football fans, and welcome to Week 4 in this 2024 college football season. Tonight's matchup features the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks of the Southland Conference and the Northern Colorado Bears from the Big Sky. Lumberjacks have lost their last 2 games, while the Bears are looking for their first win since November of 2022. Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Homer Bryce Stadium in Nacogdoches, Texas. Great weather in the forecast tonight as it's Parents Weekend at SFA. I'm Chris Simmons and joined with my partner Courtney Garcia. And Courtney, both teams looking to bounce back after coming off of heartbreaking last-minute losses in week number 3.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Northern Colorado controlled the game with their stout first half defense and rushing attack. In the fourth quarter, Northern Colorado scored to take the lead with 1 minute and 10 seconds, but Abilene Christian went on a final drive leading to a walk-off field goal on that side. And on the SFA side, SFA controlled the game with McNeese State for most of the game, but they went scoreless in that fourth quarter, and McNeese State's quarterback rushing attack in the red zone took over and took the lead late in that game.
A heartbreaking loss for the Bears as they feel like they're so close to coming up with their first win in quite some time. But for Stephen F. Austin, it was almost as if they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory last week. It was just one of those things where one bad thing and another bad thing and another bad thing happened whenever the execution wasn't there. It's going to be a great game tonight. If you like to run the football, it's going to be a rushing attack from these teams as we talk about it, as we get into it. Thanks for being with us tonight. It's college football here on ESPN Plus, live from Homer Bryce Stadium. We have kickoff coming now from Hunter Green. It's a touchback, and the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks will start things off here on the offensive side. And listen, it's one of those things tonight. We've talked about the running game. We'll talk about Northern Colorado's because it was crazy. There was a lot of running on that side. But for Stephen F. Austin, Quaylen Jones, he's a top 17 rusher in all of SES this season, averaging just under triple digits at 99 yards per game. He has been a dude. He has been a single force factor for this rushing offense.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been the bell cow, and I know that the coach for SFA is very, very happy to get him in through the transfer portal from Baylor.
Here we go, Vidlac in the gun. He'll put a man in motion, looking out to his right. He'll make the swing pass, caught, and he's tackled down quickly for a first play reception. We'll move it up a couple yards and make it about 2nd down and 7 to go here. We'll see a pretty balanced approach from SFA. They lean a little bit heavier on the run game than they do on the pass, but not by much and not to the extreme of what we've seen this whole season for Northern Colorado. Vidlac dropping back to pass, looking deep, finding on the left side. It's caught. A reception's going to be close to a first down. On the reception, Jordan Neighbors, his 6th reception of the season.
And he's a guy for SFA has been coming on here lately and has had 5 receptions on the year and 1 touchdown and 88 yards for him.
It's a first down for the Lumberjacks. It'll be play action to Jones. Instead, we hit the short slant. A 8-yard reception for SFA. I believe that was Neighbors again.
Neighbors once again on the reception.
10-yard gain, another first down for Stephen F. Austin. The offense loves to work quick. You can't blink without seeing the next play. Quaylen Jones working outside, left side, he'll advance. And this SFA offense is powerful. They're running the ball really well. It's one of those things that they're very stout. Their offensive line is going to have to show up, even though this week they've been injury-plagued. 1 starter practice this week.
Right, and I think the tempo is a big thing for this offense. Like you said, for the offensive line, they're doing well so far, but the tempo is a big thing for this SFA offense.
Vidlac dropping back to pass after play action. Pass was intended for Kylan Harris. He's been the go-getter on the receiving end of things for Stephen F. Austin. A flag is on the play, though. We'll see if maybe the defender held on to him. Maybe there's a reason he was a little bit behind the throw from Vidlac. Let's find out.
He was holding. And as you can see earlier, this SFA, like we said, this SFA offense is putting pressure on this Northern Colorado defense as a whole.
They really are, and their offensive attack, it's very quick. It's no huddle. It's like, but the disadvantage for defense, a lot of them, whenever their offense is rolling, they get momentum. But also, you can't make substitutions unless SFA stops the sub. 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. Jones will get the handoff. Once again, working to the left side, found a couple cutbacks and went up to the 25-yard line, maybe brought down at the 20, at the 24 is where they're going to mark him down. Another first down for Stephen F. Austin.
And Jones is just a bruiser for SFA, as you can tell, but he also has the swiftness to navigate through the line and get positive yardage for SFA.
Handoff going to Jones once again, and they must see something that they like on the left side because Jones is still making forward progress and doing a solid job.
Yeah, they're running right between guard and tackle on that left side, and they're creating some big holes on the left side.
2nd down and 4 coming up here for Stephen F. Austin. Vidlat, man to his left. He'll fake the pitch. Now he's rolling out to his right. He's got 3 receivers. He's looking, finding. There it is on the reception. Kylan Harris with the touchdown for Stephen F. Austin.
The number 3 receiver in receiving in the Southland Conference, Kylan Harris for SFA, and just a great play call by SFA. Just as you can see here, the crossing route for Harris, and he just walks into the end zone with the play fake.
Everything was set up to go left. He rolls out to his right, finds Harris, his 20th reception on the season, 2nd touchdown of the year. Stephen F. Austin starting early. When you get the ball like that, you want to be able to put it away quickly. Jacob Hand here to do the extra point. On the hold, it's Callum Eddings. Kick is up. It is good. Stephen F. Austin leads 7-0. We'll stay here. 7-0 the score. And now listen, Northern Colorado came into this as a program that was hungry. If you watch any of the content, I know we were studying a little bit press conferences. When I see a quarterback at the podium who was the backup to start the game, he comes out to the podium and he's got tears in his eyes. We talked with Coach Carthel this week. That's a man that Coach Carthel's afraid of because that guy wants it, and he knows they are so close to coming up huge.
And no, absolutely. I think when your quarterback wants it, it makes the whole team want it even more. And you can tell this guy against Abilene Christian had 2 completions, one INT, 40% passing, but the thing what makes him special is his running, is his rushing attack. He had 12 rushes for 57 yards and 1 touchdown, and most of that came within the red zone. So he's a guy that kind of can get it done in the rushing attack. Not much in the passing, but he is a big physical guy running the football.
Justin Gwynn, the returner back for the Bears, and we'll talk more about Hank Gibbs throughout the night. He is a leader. He's ferocious. We'll talk about, you said 2 of 5. That's the quarterback you're afraid of. We'll talk about that in a second. There's a reason. Kickoff going deep. Will bounce in the end zone for a touchback. So here we go. First drive for SFA was a touchdown. Northern Colorado coming out. Hank Gibbs is, we said, 2 for 5. Last week he was preparing as if he was going to be the tight end in the starting lineup. I was talking with Coach Ed Lamb and being able to say, hey, we thought he might be the tight end. We saw towards the end of the game it wasn't working out with Jonah Chong, so they brought in Gibbs, and Gibbs he's a leader, man. He's a dude. So he practiced with the limited playbook. He did a lot of running the ball. They said they're going to have a much more balanced attack out of this whole thing. Peter Castelli got injured in practice 2 weeks ago, and so they still don't have him available, so they're having to make something work on the offensive side. Well, Gibbs, he's a leader, he's a dude, but they're going to run the ball a lot here this evening. 1st and 10. And now they're going to make a point here, play action to start things off, and they're going to find the big man on the reception. It'll be a 5-yard gain for the Bears on the reception. It's Tama Tualeti.
And just a great play call, a quick out for Northern Colorado because SFA was bringing both of their backers on that play, so he had to find a hot route in that situation.
So 2nd down and 5. Gibbs ready from the gun. He has 2 receivers to his right. Handoff. Not going to happen. It'll be play action, and Gibbs going to keep it himself and work up the right gap. Tackle made on SFA's side by number 5, Jeremiah Walker, his 9th tackle of the season. But it is a 1st down here for the Bears. And if you can, they're going to control the clock really well in this game, Courtney.
Yeah, they're a major team when it comes to time possession. They love to control the football. They love to run it down your throat, and so that's what SFA should be expecting here on this drive from Northern Colorado.
He'll take the snap, handoff going to Meese. Meese will try to work his way up the middle, and not much happening there. The Stephen F. Austin rush defense has been very good this season. Very good. And so it's one of those things that I'm excited to see how this shakes out because you have a team that wants to run the ball. As we said earlier, 63 rushing attempts for the Bears last week in their game and only 15 passing attempts. Way off balance. It's going to be more balanced out tonight, especially now that Gibbs has had a full week of practice with the full playbook at his disposal. 2nd and 9. They'll pitch it over to the left. It's Stewart trying to get outside, but once again, that one's closed off quickly. And Courtney, you love this kid, Jaden Southern. What's not to love? He had a great game last week, and he comes up with the tackle there.
And Coach Carswell just raved about this kid when we talked to him. He's just a mature football player that has grown up within this program. And man, he's a big time player, and he made that tackle right there on that toss play.
Third down and 11 here. This is a troublesome spot here for the Bears because their receiving numbers aren't good. They don't have a lot of deep receiving threats that we've seen so far.
But they do have Braden Monroe, who is a key guy that you have to watch.
Got a flag on the plays. Oh, but wow. That's interesting. That's interesting, Courtney. What just happened on the snap? They got SFA to jump, and what happens, sometimes the officials will let that play happen because it's a free play. And so the quarterback Gibbs knew what to do. He threw it deep down the sideline because it's a risk-free throw on that one. However, SFA kind of caught a break on that one. The officials blew it dead before it starts, so it's only 5, and it's still going to be third down.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I was saying, the sophomore, Braden Monroe, is the one guy that you have to watch as receiving number 88. That's the one guy for SFA that you have to watch in receiving for this team overall when it comes to deep routes.
So third down and 7. From third and 12 to third and 7. That's a mistake, but not a ultimately deadly mistake here for the Lumberjacks. Still third and long. Gibbs will keep it himself and run up the middle, try to get the first down, and he does, going straight up the middle. We had no linebacker help up the middle to stop that run, and he took advantage of it.
Yeah, just the quarterback run in general, the draw play, and it's the second time for SFA that play has caught them. They have to catch on to that play, especially in third down, especially when they press up their corners and want to pressure these receivers for Northern Colorado.
So first down has gotten the second first down earned by these Bears. First and 10. Gibbs takes a high snap, hands it off, and then this is a dog pile right at the line of scrimmage. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage, but he's not there. McNeese is still on the run. Whistle has way been blown dead, but there was a big dog pile. Somehow he ended up doing a couple ballerina spins to get himself outside of it.
Yeah, and that was number 2, the Aaron Austin, the Colorado transfer for SFA. He's been a key player off the edge that had 7 tackles and 0.5 tackle for loss last week against McNeese State. So he's a key player on this defensive line, which is stout overall.
Yeah, the defensive line has been really good here for the Lumberjacks. Second and 10. They'll fake it to Stewart. Gibbs will keep it himself, and we are going to see so many quarterback runs tonight, especially if SFA is able to give up 5 yards on a play like that. Gibbs, he's a dangerous runner. I mean, he's a big, stout kid. He's got a lot of frame to him, so he can take a beating. He can take the tackles.
Yeah, and you can tell he's comfortable running the ball. Sometimes those taller guys, sometimes are not as comfortable running the football, but you can tell he can navigate through the defense if he has a chance to.
Gibbs will get a chance to take a breather here as Jonah Chong comes in.
And with Chong in, for SFA, you have to watch the passing attack. He's a little bit better passer than Gibbs.
Definitely had more opportunity last week, and the running back slips in the backfield. Oh my. Hate to see that on third and down for the Bears. The running back, Jaquez Robertson. He slips right between the S and the F. Around the 43-yard line, fourth down.
And he had some green grass.
Yeah, he had lots of green grass in front of him. Fourth down and 8 coming up. The punt squad is out here for the Bears.
And that's a big stop for the SFA defense. I mean, just overall on the first drive for Northern Colorado.
Hunter Green out to do the punting. Receiving it for the Lumberjacks is Kylan Harris, who will wait for the fair catch. He's got to make the catch. He does, with 4 Bears surrounding him. SFA will start things off on their own 12-yard line. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Stephen F. Austin leading 7-0 here in the first quarter. 8 minutes to go. We'll be right back here on ESPN+. Welcome back here in the first quarter. 8:01 to play. Stephen F. Austin started off on their first drive with a touchdown reception from Kylan Harris. They're backed up deep in their own territory to start this one off. Quaylen Jones on the outside, almost to the 15-yard line, might get right at the 15 for a gain of 2. Second down and 8 coming up here for Stephen F. Austin.
Again, Jones on a quick toss, just a physical runner for SFA. I mean, you can tell it's tough for these DBs for Northern Colorado to bring him down.
Next play for Stephen F. Austin up the outside. Be a first down for the Lumberjacks. quickly here for, once again, it's Kylan Harris. And he's just a well that never runs dry, man. He just has so much potential on every single drive. 1st and 10 here. Faking the handoff to Jones. We'll throw in that time. Isaiah Davis, the intended receiver. He peeked ahead a little bit before he got that football.
Yeah, he got ahead of himself on that one. He's a guy that Coach Carter has just been raving about. He's a guy that's grown up within the program from the UTSA, but he's one of those stout receivers for SFA.
2nd and 10, swing pass out to the right, and now we got a case of now that Stephen F. Austin has the Butterfingers, is that one intended on the swing pass out to Anthony Williams. Passing complete, 3rd down and long.
I know that SFA has a fast tempo they want to go at, but they just have to slow down when the ball gets to them, and that's what happened on these last 2 passing attempts. Just going straight out to the hands of both receivers.
Harris in motion, going from right slot over to the left. Vidlag dropping back, looking over the middle. He'll make a dump pass. It's caught, but nowhere near a 1st down. As the helmet flies off for the defender, it's Cam Chapa, and that guy, Cam Chapa, is a dude for this Northern Colorado defense. He is all over it, one of the highest stat producers for Northern Colorado. Just seeing him fly everywhere, he is a very, very talented leading tackler with 22 tackles and 1 interception this season.
Yeah, that guy can go. He's one guy that we saw on film that he can actually fly around the football field, and on that quick crossing route that he just closed in and forced a punt for SFA.
Stephen F. Austin will punt here. What a great punt. Lumberjacks able to flip the field quite well. Northern Colorado going to start off on their own 16-yard line. Huge punt, 6:31 to go here in the 1st quarter. We're taking another break. We'll be right back here on ESPN Plus. Bears are going to take the first play from scrimmage here on this drive and try to run it up the middle. It's stuffed up the middle by the Lumberjacks. 2nd down and 11 coming up for Northern Colorado. And so Stephen F. Austin started off with a touchdown, a punt by Northern Colorado, but then SFA countered right back with another punt of their own.
Yeah, and absolutely. It's just SFA is just taking control of this game, especially slowing down this rushing attack. I mean, I know they're chipping away, but when it counts, this SFA defense has come up big here in the 1st quarter so far.
2nd down and 11. Chong dropping back to pass. That one's floated up in the air, tipped by Stephen F. Austin's defender. That's Trayshawn Adams, who has 13 tackles, 1 sack. That 1 sack was a huge one, a loss of 20 yards on it a couple of weeks back. And so now a 3rd down and long, in the home fans here at Homer Bryce loving it for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, he's a go-getter on the back end. Like you said, he's a playmaker and tipping that ball. And almost, if some guys back there were aware of what was going on a little quicker, they could have been a tipped interception. 3rd
down and 11. Chong is the quarterback here for the Bears, which is a nice, it's an interesting wrinkle here from what we were prepped and talked about here throughout the week. They're going to flip it out to Darius Stewart over on the right side. He is brought down at the original line of scrimmage, a gain of 1. Stephen F. Austin's defense locking things down, though, on 3rd and long, which is exactly what you want to do, and now you force a 4th down and long situation.
And that's Trayshawn Adams and DN Aaron Austin, 2 transfers for this SFA defense. I mean, the transfers just all over the field on the defense. When you look at it from SFA, and they come to play every single week. And so those 2 guys have really taken over the first 2 possessions on the defensive side for SFA.
Back to receive the punt here for the Lumberjacks is number 15, Trayshawn Adams. He might as well. He's had a great defensive stint. Might as well get back to return the punt here. Punt coming from Green. It's booted. And Adams having to back up, catch it off a high bounce. Now he'll try to take a stab at it here. Going up to 30-yard line to 32 is where he'll be brought down by the Bears defender, number 45, Tama Tualete.
Adams on the return.
So first down coming up for Stephen F. Austin, and these coaches, Courtney, these are you look at Coach Ed Lamb of the Northern Colorado Bears, and he's a guy that is he knows how to flip a program around. He knows exactly what he's looking for as you go through a winless season. He's done it before at Southern Utah. He's produced his way back into it. Now his record still isn't. He's still looking for that first win for in his stint here with Northern Colorado, but he's a guy that really knows how to flip a program around.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, he's a guy that's just right now is just searching for that first win with his Northern Colorado program, and that's why we talked about coming to the game, whatever it takes.
Yeah,
and from both coaches.
Yep.
And I think that just shows you that Northern Colorado's hungry, but also on the other side, SFA's hungry too.
Yeah.
Because they're expecting a big year coming back into the Southland Conference, and they just lost their first. They lost their first Southland Conference game in a nail biter that they thought
they gave it away.
Yeah, they gave it away.
Yeah.
In simple terms. So it's two hungry programs right now, and you see that right now in how they're fighting this football game.
Coach Lamb's history is he took an 0-11 Southern Utah football team over the course of a few years, turned them into a Big Sky champion and an FCS playoff participant. He knows how to do it. He says trust the process. Listen, it's like Philadelphia. Trust the process. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to build leaders. He's trying to build guys that work extremely hard in the weight room. He said, we're going to be great in the weight room. If we're going to the football field, that's just a plus on top of things. But we're going to be great in the weight room. And they play hard-nosed, physical, clean football. It's a gritty team, and I feel like they're very, very close. They are going to produce wins in the Big Sky Conference. I promise. They are going to do it. They aren't going to go winless for another second straight season. I just don't see that happening for him because it seems like a very hard-working, determined team.
Yeah, and I think if you saw the game with them in Abilene Christian, you saw it last week. They fight. So don't expect this to be an easy win from the SFA side because Northern Colorado wants it all. It just hasn't happened yet, but it doesn't mean that it cannot happen for them in the future.
So Vidlag working with two running backs beside him. On the outside, working Quaylen Jones on the right side. We've seen him work heavy on the left. This time working over to the right. Able to get an easy first down, a gain of 12 on the rush.
I love it. Just Quaylen Jones just stretching out the defense and finding an avenue up the sideline, but it is a flag on the play.
We'll see who the flag is.
Of course, called a face mask.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw a little yank. I didn't know if it was going to be called or not, but I did see a yank on the end of the rush.
Yeah, I couldn't tell from our angle, but I knew it was either a face mask or a horse collar tackle, one or the other, but it was a face mask on the Northern Colorado defense.
Vidlag dropping back to pass, this time working down the right sideline. It's caught. It's caught at the 2-yard line. Spot on throw, finding the hands of Blaine Green. Blaine Green, a dude that is a tough alpha male. That is the way Coach Carthel described him this week when we had our conversation. He is all over. He's a threat.
And Vidlag saying man-to-man coverages, man, he fit it in a breadbasket to Green.
Quaylen Jones up the middle trying to find the gap and get in the end zone. He'll be stopped short. There is two flags on the play. We'll see what it might be. That one was way off the ball, far side of the field, way away from the play, so might be a personal foul one direction or another.
Yeah, and I'll get to the green. I'll get back to the green after this. Illegal substitution, just the tempo of SFA.
Interesting. And that's what happens. These high tempo offenses are extremely tough to work with. Direct snap for the Lumberjacks. It's a touchdown. Finding the end zone, Jarrell Wembley taking the running back, direct snap in the end zone. It's the second score of the night for Stephen F. Austin.
The junior from Houston C. King, just man. We gotta love the celebration as well. But the junior from C. King is just, he's been a staple of this program, and just love to see him. Coach Carter loves to see that guy get into the end zone.
Eddings out to hold here for the extra point. Chris Campos, the career leading scorer for the Lumberjacks, the senior kicker.
The lead in the Southland as well.
Looks like he can go play defensive line too and knock somebody out there. The kick is right through the uprights. SFA leading 14-0. What a drive all the way down the field. Looked fantastic. Vidlak is making throws very well, putting them around the money.
Man, just that over. I'm just going back to that over-the-shoulder catch by Blaine Green. You got to give it to Vidlak. He put it in the breadbasket, and he just saw man coverage on the outside with the play-action pass, and man, he just put it where it needed to be on that throw.
100%. It was strong. It was really great to see for these two teams that are coming out and battling. Stephen F. Austin, this had potential to be a look-ahead game. This had to be a potential to be like, hey, this could be a letdown. You coming off of a tough loss, and then hey, well, we're just going to win. You don't ever just win. You don't ever just happen. This is a hungry Northern Colorado team, and I've loved getting to chat with them and research them and see it, because I love getting to see a program that started at the bottom and worked their way up. And I think it's something that they're a really good squad, and I think they're going to keep developing each year.
Right. It's just about getting the pieces in your program and allowing those pieces to buy into your culture. And you can see that just from the interview with the quarterback and the coach. You can see that it really matters to them, these losses. And eventually that'll add up to where those days will add up to where you eventually start getting wins if you're Northern Colorado.
Justin Gwynn won't take the kick, and a little bounce back for a touchback. So once again, 2 touchbacks tonight for Stephen F. Austin's kicker in Jacob Hand. And so the defense, Courtney, they've looked really solid. Some numbers we were going to talk about pregame, but if we could, we're going to talk about the defensive numbers for both of these teams. And Stephen F. Austin has been very, very powerful. Just looking at the fact that opponents' points per play, Stephen F. Austin giving up 21 points per play, but Northern Colorado at 30. It's a 9 points difference just there. What else did you notice?
Yeah, I think another thing is just the rushing yards allowed.
Yeah.
I mean, SFA only allows has allowed 104.3 rushing yards. So I mean that shows you the rushing defense that this SFA team has.
It's a battle of two strings.
Right,
it's a battle of two strings. Chong dropping back to pass, has pressure, working to his right, fakes in, goes up the middle. And he is eventually tackled. It's going to be a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 coming up. But Chong, both of these quarterbacks, and now we haven't seen Gibbs in a while, so you wonder maybe there was some trickery going on in the prep. Maybe Gibbs got a little dinged up. I don't know. I don't have any information there on that. But both of these quarterbacks are very similar in their skill set.
Right, absolutely. They both can run, but I think right now Northern Colorado needs a guy that can get the football to their receivers right now. And I think the big thing for that is just how aggressive SFA's defense is playing. They're going to have to make some passing attempts count.
Meese trying to run up the middle. He will get the first down. He is. Listen, but that's one man right now that I'm not jealous of, because that dog pal is probably is at least a ton of weight right on top of that man all at once.
Oh, absolutely, with those big guys up front on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And I think that's where Northern Colorado thrives.
Yeah.
They want to pound you until they can get to a 3rd or 4th and short, and that's where they thrive, and just continue those drives and keep chugging along and keep that time possession rolling on their side.
So far, 33 rushing yards for the Bears. 38 for Stephen F. Austin. They're going to play action pass, and that pass was airmailed by Chong. It was intended over for Braden Monroe. That's the receiver. That's their one real standout guy, and just well overshot him on that throw.
Right, just looking for the RPO slant right there and just overthrew him. It had to be a perfect throw just because of the tight coverage out there for SFA, but yeah, he overthrew him. It's better to overthrow him than underthrow him, and it get intercepted. So. For
sure.
Especially with a guy out there for SFA and Charles Demings.
Yeah, and he's been a dude. It's dangerous throwing the ball anywhere against this SFA defense as well. 2nd and 10 coming up. On the run, it's a quarterback keeper. I didn't see if it was Chong or Gibbs pre-snap. We'll find out in a moment. Actually, that wasn't either one of them, actually, on the rush. Looks like it was they brought it. I told you in pregame it was going to be a couple of different guys coming there. Kai Keon, he's the 3rd-string quarterback for this Bears squad. He's the one who took the snap and went up for a 3-yard gain, but still 3rd and long. There's not been 3rd and short very often, if at all, for Northern Colorado so far.
Yeah, and right now, if you're the SFA defense, you're looking for that quarterback draw. They've hit you with that once or twice, 2 times in this game, especially on 3rd down, so watch that.
Third and 7, Chong dropping back, looking to find a gap in the coverage. He overthrows once again. This time he had a spot. There was a window open for Colby Howard on that reception, but he just overshot it over to the SFA sideline out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 7. Looks like the punt squad coming out.
But Bruce Harmon was lurking back there at that safety position. He was coming over, so it had, like you said, it had to be a perfect throw. If not, Bruce Harmon had an opportunity to pick that one off on the SFA side as well.
So 4th down and 7 coming up. The punt is up. SFA coming in. Oh, there was a big old block being laid out. And punt was received by SFA, number 15. That's Trayshawn Adams again. So he might have earned him a new job as the punt returner here.
Man, I think so, especially with he caught that one at the fingertips.
Yeah.
Trying to return it. So that's a risky kind of catch for a punt, but he caught it. So like you said, he's a guy that they can put stick back there.
It's one of those things too, when you see it happen, you're like, okay, the coach is like, hey, great job catching that ball, next time don't touch it. Right. just let that one go. Just let it go. 1st and 10 coming up here, score 14-0. 2 touchdowns on 3 drives for Stephen F. Austin so far. Vidlag looking to make a pass. It was tipped, nearly intercepted. Great job getting the hand out there by the Bears. Bears defense making the play. Darrell Bryant Jr.
Man, Vidlag did not see him underneath.
No, he didn't.
And he tipped it up, but if a little bit quicker of a read, that could have been an interception and pick 6. So Vidlag, he just missed him underneath.
2nd 10, handoff going. That's Jones. Jones stuffed pretty near he might have got 1 yard. I believe it will be a 1-yard gain on the play. Quaylen Jones continues to have a strong game, a strong outing. He is one of the best rushers. He's number 17 right now in all of FCS in rushing stats, and he's been a workhorse for us here as a transfer.
Man, I can't even remember the last time I've seen that guy go backwards.
Yeah.
All he knows is go forwards for Quaylen Jones for SFA.
Vidlag dropping back to pass. He finds a man wide open there in the middle of the field. Up to the 50. He's brought down. Making the reception, Anthony Williams.
Great job by Vidlag staying in the pocket with the nickel blitz for Northern Colorado coming on the right side.
Quaylen Jones trying to take the rush this time, and we've said Williams a couple times now. He's been the running back alongside of Jones quite a bit here this evening as he comes off. Or pardon me, he's not going to come off. Jones is going to come off. But Williams has been more of a threat in the air than he has on the ground, and that's part of this versatility of this Stephen F. Austin offense. You don't know what you're going to get. They have a lot of options out of different ways.
Yeah, especially in that running back room.
And they'll put Williams once again in motion, and they find a slant over the middle. It's Harris, the 35 up to the 20. Brought down a 1st down for Stephen F. Austin, and the offense continues just to move forward. It's forward progress every single play right now. They're not going backwards at all.
Right, and just the play fake to the right side and having the defense flowing that way and finding Harris over the middle.
Vidlag 8 of 11 before the snap. Now going to be 8 of 12. It's just stripped out of the hands of the receiver on that one. That's when he wants back. Clayton Whalen the freshman receiver, almost had his first reception of the year there, but just came out of his hands.
And that was number 10, Noah Mangum for Northern Colorado, a Texas kid from Frisco, in on that PPU.
Quaylen Jones tonight as the running back, 7 attempts for 40 yards. His long run being 13. Vidlag working. Williams going to catch it's not going to be, Williams will be Wembley on the left side up to the 10-yard line. He's fighting ahead. He'll make a 1st and goal situation coming up for the Lumberjacks.
Man, you can tell that Coach Carthon, his offense, they're throwing Wembley in there in the red zone, and you can tell he's physical, he's stout, and he's very finesse in how he moves, and he packs a punch. As you can see here, pitching it over to him and just navigating this Northern Colorado defense and packing a punch and getting some positive yardage out of it.
A really solid first quarter for Stephen F. Austin offensively. We'll be back with the second quarter in a moment. Thanks for being with us here on ESPN+. Welcome back here. Second quarter headed your way here from Homer Bryce Stadium in Nacogdoches, Texas. Stephen F. Austin's offense continues to pick up where it left off. They have been all over it offensively. Courtney, every single play seems to be moving in a forward direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it starts with the rushing attack for Quaylen Jones, and it opens up the play action pass for Vidlac. So I think it's working together. That rushing attack and that pass attack is forming together so SFA can have a stout offense here in the first quarter.
I agree. First and goal here for Stephen F. Austin. Vidlac going to work with Jones to his right. 4 other receivers, no tight end in the picture. Vidlac rolling out to his right, looking for Harris in the back corner. No, he's going to, in fact, find a slant. Wow, touchdown for the Lumberjacks. On the reception once again, it's the running back for Stephen F. Austin, Anthony Williams, the 3rd touchdown of the night.
And that just shows you the versatility of Anthony Williams, just with the rushing, with the passing with the receiving touchdown for him, and Vidlac just fitting it into a tight window. He's done it all night, just fitting it into a tight window on deep routes, short routes, and intermediate routes, and great pitch and catch from Vidlac to Williams.
Well, I got to apologize, folks. I got to make an apology here. I love Anthony Williams and what we've seen, but tonight that was Jordan Neighbors. I didn't see the one in front of the jersey.
Man, the Baylor transfer.
I know it, so I apologize even to the social media team there that's going to make some cutouts. Listen, Jordan Neighbors did that thing, got open on the route, and great job there. 3rd touchdown for Stephen F. Austin.
That's a good catch, partner. But Jordan Neighbors, he's been stout in this game as well.
Yes,
especially receiving.
Nothing to be ashamed of there. He's had an awesome game. Extra point coming here for Chris Campos. Campos through the uprights. 21-0 your score. So Stephen F. Austin continues just to roll here. And what they're doing, Courtney, what they have been talking about doing this week in practice, where Coach Carthel has been saying, we have to come out, we have to execute, we have to take care of business, and we have to finish opponents, and you have to finish them early. I think what he's saying right now is he's super pleased but he's not going to be pleased until it's the 4th quarter and the ball game's over, because you got to see, can you finish out this game the way that you've started? They've had really good starts. They looked really good last week against McNeese, but now, can you finish it out defensively? Keep your intensity up. Can you finish offensive drives and extend plays?
And that's exactly where I was going to go with it. I mean, the first quarter is all good and dandy, but
yeah,
it's the 4th quarter for SFA, where things kind of unraveled for them last week against McNeese State. And so they're going to continue to play, and Coach Carter, I don't think he's ever going to be satisfied, especially with how things went last week.
So kickoff coming, 21-0 the score. 3rd touchdown of the game came 5 seconds into this 2nd quarter. Jacob Hand doing the kicking. He's not let one kick be returned quite yet, and Gwynn doesn't want part of this one either. Touchback in the Bears offense. Now we'll see who gets to come back out as quarterback. This is one of those things too, is if you're the Bears, it can't be great to have rhythm. It can't be great for building rhythm when you're going back and forth between quarterbacks and you say one thing but then you come back with another. That might be a little shaky. I don't know. I'm not in that huddle. I'm not in that locker room. But when you were told all week long it's going to be Gibbs and now it's Chong this whole time, it's just who knows.
Right. I think they have to go back to pounding the football.
Yeah.
Pounding the football and occasionally trying to hit SFA's defense with the play action pass off of running the football. I think they're just gonna have to run the football right now. That's what they've done best, and that's what they did on that first drive to have some type of success on this SFA defense.
So Chong takes the snap. He'll hand it off. And it's stuffed after about a 1-yard gain.
Still pushing forward as well. Still pushing forward, man. Just the strong legs.
You would think that you would have thought that the whistle would have blown, but no, the legs just keep moving because he's making forward progress, and so that turns into what would have been a stuff into an extra 5 yards. Second and short, that's a big deal. 2nd down and 2 coming up here for the Bears. JoJo, let's see. Is that Josiah Cotton coming out there? I believe it is, coming out of the middle linebacker. So. That dude coming in for Southern. Both of those guys right there. That's a dangerous combo.
Right, 14 tackles on the season for Cotton.
2nd and 2. Handoff going to Stewart. Stewart, though, slips out of one tackle, but then met behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play.
And man, just Aaron Austin has been all over the field for SFA, coming off the edge. What a great jump and forcing the runner back inside to his defense. I mean, man, you can see him right now. He's pumping up the crowd. He's been a player here tonight for SFA.
So Southern got a quick breather. Now he's back on here as a linebacker. 3rd and short, you haven't seen for Northern Colorado, you haven't seen a lot of 3rd and short in this game. Chong will hand it off to Meese. Meese trying to get a breakthrough, and he will easily break through. And now he's headed down the field up to the 45-yard line. Might have got to the 44 before he was tripped up. He is now in SFA territory. They will mark him down at the 44. It's a first down and the longest run of the night for the Bears.
And Meese, man, he just put his foot in the ground and got upfield for he stretched it out, put his foot in the ground and got upfield for the Northern Colorado offense. I mean, that's their biggest play of the game so far, and that's what they have to do. Like I said, pounding the football and just forcing this SFA defense to stop their rushing attack.
14 on the play clock here for the Bears. Gibbs will take the snap. He'll hand it off to Meese, the running back, and he takes a solid lick.
Josiah Cotton.
Yeah, he was.
In there like a shot through like a missile and stopping Meese on that run.
Cotton, a very personable dude. He's got a big bright smile on his face all the time. Great guy. Ed Bobineau, who has NFL hopes and NFL potential. He's coming back on this line, jogging out, and you get to see, you know, with the lead here, you're getting everybody's going to stay fresh and rested.
Man, just he's number 7 in the Southland Conference in tackles for loss. So, like you said, he's a big time player on that defensive line for SFA.
2nd and 10. Hand off to Meese. He'll be brought down. 2nd down, pardon me, 3rd down coming up in 6. 3rd and 6 here as things continue to move along and the clock continues to roll. A lot of running the ball. A lot of times where this this clock is just, it's just going to look up and, wow, man, where'd the time go?
And this is a down for Northern Colorado that has got them in a hole. They have to convert on 3rd down.
It's Chong taking the snap, throwing over the middle. The ball tip, and falls to the ground. The umpire there, middle of the field, also part of the play on that one. Pass was intended for the big man, number 88. That's Braden Monroe.
And Monroe has to make that catch. Has to help out his quarterback. With SFA bringing a blitz from the outside and Chong standing there taking a lick, delivering the pass, but Monroe has to make that catch. That's a catch that you need if you're the Northern Colorado offense.
So, 4th punt of the night coming up for the Bears here on their 4th drive. They're going to fake the punt and throw it.
Now it's blown up.
Wow! The defense for SFA coming up strong, sniffing out the fake punch, shutting it down. Give some love, give some credit here to Dylan Tooker.
The senior.
Dylan Tooker took him straight to the turf on that failed fake punt play.
And as you can see here on the replay, just not fooled and laying the lumber is Tooker.
Wow. Absolutely hard-hitting football being shown by the Lumberjacks.
And to give for Northern Colorado, just trying to find anything with that fake punt. And I think the big thing right now is they're going to have a jolt from the defense. The defense has to get a stop here if you're Northern Colorado. You cannot let SFA find the end zone if you want any chance of chipping away at this lead.
Vidlac has had lots of time to throw. The pressure from the defensive line of the Bears has not really gone there. And listen, that's a credit to what Stephen F. Austin is doing on their offensive line. A unit that's been very banged up. We mentioned it. Eric Gray is the only starter who practiced this week. So they've been in a lot of trouble. But as we say that, there's pressure and there's a hurry. And that's what Northern Colorado has to do, getting back on the pressure for that one. And I think just another huge guy in Marcus Howard able to come up and make the hurry, and one of the few incompletions for Vidlac here this evening.
And it's not overall that they have not been able to blitz or anything for Northern Colorado. Vidlac and these receivers have just been connected as one, and they just he's made amazing throws and the receivers have made amazing catches.
Quaylon Jones on the carry out to the right side. He'll be brought down after gaining 4 yards up on the play. And it's a steady approach. It's steady and balanced. You see a little bit of the run game, a little bit of the passing game. You go back and forth between both of them. And Stephen F. Austin's offense is they're a force. That's why Vidlak's the second leading passer in FCS so far through this early season. Vidlak finding right on cue the outside receiver on the slant route for SFA. Blaine Green making the reception. First down, Stephen F. Austin.
Man, and Northern Colorado in zone there, and I tell you what, Vidlak has just done a great job placing the football where it needs to be.
Yeah.
And in tight windows and finding him across the middle with the slant in that zone.
First and 10, Jones it's all a little packed area. Now he's mounted outside, having a lot of space. Huge run for him. Went from the 39 all the way up to the 21. 18-yard gain for Jones. First down, SFA once again. And the Jacks are driving.
And Jones, again, you see it here just stretching it out and getting north and south. And once he gets north and south, he's tough to bring down. You can tell Northern Colorado is having trouble bringing him down in open space.
Vidlak, once again, don't fix what ain't broke. Jones going to the end zone, 5-3. Dak tackled out of bounds. His knee got hit hard. Hard tackle, a solid tackle made on the play by LaDavian Osborne. Osborne, one of these guys on the defensive side of the ball that, 7 tackles, the junior, all over the field, really a strong field awareness. Vidlak will now work with first and goal. Coming in the last second, here's Wembley in for Jones, and Jones is, So Vidlak looking to get the offense going here in the end zone. Wembley on the carry. Can he get in? Yes, he will.
Carrying 2 guys in the end zone.
Jarrell Wembley in the end zone. 4th touchdown of the night for the Lumberjacks, and the offense keeps on pouring it on.
Man, just keep it. You can see Wembley just hitting the hole and just carrying 2 defenders from Northern Colorado into the end zone. And that's something to look for SFA moving forward. He's been the guy in the red zone rushing the football, Wembley.
Extra point coming up here in a moment. 27-0 is the score. Might be 28 if Campos does his job here for the Lumberjacks. The kick is up. The kick is good. 28-0. We'll be back in a moment. 9:23 to go in the first half. SFA 4 touchdowns so far and a strong lead. We'll be back in a moment on ESPN Plus. Back here on the kickoff, the 5th kickoff of the night. Stephen F. Austin. And it goes through the end zone for another touchback. And 28-0, it's been an offensive just slugfest so far for Stephen F. Austin. They've been able to go through and score at will without a ton of resistance. And they don't even make it look very difficult right now. What is their offense doing right?
I think the offense in general is just putting the ball in the hands of their running backs. Wembley in the red zone. Jones all the time. And that opens up the passing game for Vidlak.
And Williams in the passing game.
Right, absolutely. And I think that it forces the Northern Colorado defense to push up, to push their defense up to stop the run, and Vidlak's just hitting them over the top.
Chong will take the snap and hand it off. Met by a host of Lumberjacks right at the line of scrimmage, and once again the defensive line for Stephen F. Austin has just been all over it this whole evening.
And it was a key to the game for us.
Yeah.
But just the first down run defense is what has been winning for this SFA defense, especially after the first drive. They have absolutely pounded and won that first down run defense stat.
It really has been, because too, you have a team that wants to be a ball control team like Northern Colorado wants to be. They have to be able to produce something on first, and so far they haven't done a very good job of it. 2nd and 10 coming up. Fake the handoff to the back instead. The quarterback will keep it. Well, there's a heck of a run. This time it was 3rd-string cornerback Kai Keon. He comes up with the first down for the Bears, and obviously something must have happened with Hank Gibbs, as it had been a pretty heavy dose between Chong and Gibbs throughout the season, but now with the 3rd string in there, so maybe something did happen on that hit on the sideline. We have an injured player down on the field. Yeah, as they tend to an injured player, we're going to take a break here on the field. We'll be back in a moment on ESPN Plus. back the injured player for the Lumberjacks is Aaron Sears, a beloved teammate here. He's been stabilized and they're about to take him off. But what I love to see right now is this is football. You see it here at around the 35-40 yard line. The team surrounds them. This is a brotherhood. Football is a game where you have to trust your brother. You have to have your man's back, and it's a family. It really is. And so there's prayers and concerns and everything happening right now on the field because that's their brother. That's not just a player. That's their brother. You go through all the work. You go through all the grind. You know that guy has your back, and you sure as heck you're going to have his.
Absolutely. You could just tell once it happened, just the distraught and some of the guys on the defense and on the sideline. I mean, like you said, football is a brotherhood. Like you said, it means a lot to these guys, and they go to war together every single day and practice on the field, on road games and home games. So, like you said, you see him putting his fist up, showing everybody that he's okay. So, it's good to see him in stable condition.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those things that he just gave the thumbs up to the crowd. Even on the other side of things, the fans on both sides giving an applause there because listen, it's a physical game. Nothing dirty on the play, just a physical play. Football's a physical game. Injuries happen, unfortunately, and sometimes you just have some reminders of that, and that's what we had here. So here we go with. Well, we will try to kick things, get things back going. That first play back after an injury is always an awkward one. It's always a weird one. But here we go. We're back in with 1st and 10 for the Bears. Bears will take the snap, fake the handoff, and the quarterback keeper up the middle. On it's Kai Keon. Keeping it that way, and so I don't know if he was expecting to get the reps that he's getting tonight, but now welcome to it. Football's a game of next man up for the SFA defense, but also for the offensive side of the Bears. Here it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see the Northern Colorado offense going back to that quarterback run. It was successful on that first drive, and you see if they're trying to establish that again here on this drive.
2nd down and 8 here for Northern Colorado. They'll put a man in motion. It's a little jet sweep pass. A little forward pass on that to gain about 4 yards on the play. 3rd down and 3 coming up for Northern Colorado.
If you're Northern Colorado, this is what you want to see. You want it. It's been very seldom that you've been in 3rd and short. This is where as a team. This is where they live on offense. They want to live in 3rd and short. When they get 3rd and long, that's what's gotten them into trouble here in this football game.
Goes down technically as a reception since the pass was in front of the quarterback, Keon. We have a timeout taken by Stephen F. Austin. We will take this break with them as well. 7:05 to go in the first half. The score remains 28-0. We'll have a 3rd down and short situation in a moment. We'll be back here on ESPN Plus. Welcome back, 3rd and short here. Keon, the quarterback, after the timeout taken by the Lumberjack defense, he is stuffed trying to make something happen on the ground. And right now, we heard all week long that the Bears wanted to be a 2-dimensional team. Right now, they are very one-dimensional, and that one dimension really is just the quarterback run game.
Right. I mean, yeah, like the quarterback run game, like you said, it's been their bread and butter in this football game. But guys, we got guys on the defense like Josiah Cotton, just absolutely a heat-seeking missile for that linebacker position. He's a guy that can come through and wreck shop on the quarterback run. So if Northern Colorado wants anything in this game, they're going to have to establish some type of passing attack.
They tried the fake punt last time. This time it will be a real punt, and a heck of a punt that it is. Wow, all the way down to the 5. Received by Kylan Harris. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line where he's thrown out of bounds. Score 28-0, 6:13 to go in this first half. Looks like we have one more media timeout. We'll take it here. Welcome back here. 6:13 to go in the first half. SFA still off to a strong start. Something about being at home at Bryce. Their offense just continues to explode. Vidlak faking the run. Now we'll drop back to pass. Looking for Harris. Harris over on the right side. It's deflected. Excellent defense on the play by the Bears.
Intended for Harris. Broken up by
Frankie Morales.
Coming
Safety.
up. Yeah, what a play there for him. He has his hands full guarding Harris, but he is the guy that, if anybody wants to, he's the leading tackler on this team. 18 tackles, 11 solo, and 1 for loss.
Great job playing the ball in the air.
Handoff for the Lumberjacks here. Works to the left side, and I don't even know if it got back. It got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it for Wembley.
a better job by the Northern Colorado defense in stopping the outside run for SFA. And I'll tell you one thing in this game: the outside run for SFA has been a killer for this defense for Northern Colorado. That has established the inside rushing attack and the passing game.
But right now it's a 3rd and long situation. See what Vidlak comes up with here from the gun. Looking over to his right side, the ball up in the air, it's deflected, hung up in the air for a while. It's intercepted by the Bears. On the interception for Northern Colorado, I want to give the credit where it's due. Number 33, Darryl Bryant Jr. making the interception.
And Noah Mangum, you saw him on the replay, just closing speed and just knocking the ball in the air. Oh,
they're going to say the ball hit the turf on that. So,
but still, a great play by Noah Mangum, just closing in on the quick hitch route and giving this guy a chance to get the interception. But like you said, it hit the ground.
So the punt squad coming out for Stephen F. Austin for the 2nd time tonight. 2 punts out of 6 drives. Punt from the 15 gets all the way up to the 35. Wow, what a hit. In unison, Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Jeremiah Walker, the standout corner for SFA, coming in and laying the lumber.
Whew. All right. I'm glad it was him and
you'll
not
see
me
here,
on that one.
You'll see here on the replay.
Yeah. That Monroe that
From
got
catch
hit.
to, man.
Boy.
Putting
Kind
his
of a
shoulders.
combo.
Yeah,
It was
right,
one
yeah.
high, one low. Coming on in and so the offense has to get going. I think for Northern Colorado, it's a 2 touchdowns is a lot when you're primarily a running team. 4 touchdowns feels like a huge mountain to climb here. And now you're working with your third string quarterback in Keon.
And if you're going to go for Northern Colorado, you have to go now. You need something positive going into halftime.
1st and 10. Keon working with the running back to his left to put a man in motion. Handoff going. And just absolutely just shut down on the tackle. Kai Thomas, the senior. 6'3", all 250 of him making that hit there.
And Kai Thomas, man, he's been a guy that has come on for this SFA defense. And he's a guy last week that got some good minutes last week at McNeese State game and got a few stats in that game. But he's a guy that can come off the edge and make big hits just like that.
So 2nd down and 9 coming up here. Handoff. Keon, no, faking the handoff. Keon keeps it himself. It's a long run for 1st down here for the Bears. And listen, that's what their offensive attack is. If you're defense for SFA, you guys have to be watching where is that ball going, where did it go, and that's it, because it's been very limited on the other options. But here it is, a passing play over to the left side. Caught a little screen pass. It maybe gained 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Turf Monster got him on that one. But like you said, I mean, the key for SFA, they have been trying to take away the running back in those situations, and in this first half, the quarterback pulling the ball and getting positive yards has been a big key and a big thing for this Northern Colorado offense.
They're gonna put another man in motion. That's Tuatelli. The handoff is absolutely stuffed. I overheard the truck just in, and there was an echo. He ain't going nowhere, and that's exactly true.
Right.
he ain't going nowhere. The truck got it right back in the production guy. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the production team here producing this behind the scenes. And everybody notices a lot when things don't go well, but when something goes right, a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes. We appreciate the production crew here for producing this one here on ESPN Plus. Great job, guys, and keep it going here as we have 3rd down and 8 coming up. So dropping back, to fake the pass again. And I think if I'm Stephen F. Austin's defense, you're going to have to prove that you want to make that deep pass, because right now the field is very much shrunk because you are so run heavy.
Right, and Northern Colorado has done. They've tried to hit Stephen F. Austin with that quarterback draw multiple times on 3rd down. It was just a matter of time for this defense to key in on that on 3rd down, and they did right there and stuffing it.
5 punts, 1 failed punt so far on a fake attempt for the Bears, but 6 times and no points resulting quite yet. The punt is high. And Kylan Harris drops it, though. That's the kind of mistake you can't have. Ball will be downed at the 10-yard line for the Bears, and that's a little spark. That's something you can take and be really, really proud of if you're the Bears. Hunter Green with the high arching punt, and the reason you do that, because when the wind messes with it a little bit, the ball and the spin, and Harris just he didn't get fully under it, and maybe he kind of got a little too casual going for the catch. Well, that's a turnover, and now they're in the red zone for the first time.
Right. Yeah. In that situation, just lost concentration.
Yep.
In that situation, and that's something that can spark this Northern Colorado offense. And going into halftime, they have to get points right here, preferably in the end zone.
Yeah, but at least to the uprights. But I mean, late substitution here for the Lumberjacks. They'll get him in just in time. First and goal though, and one wide receiver out. Running back trying to find something to the middle, and most of this first half, that for the running backs, that hasn't been there. For the quarterbacks, occasionally on the sneak, it's been able to open up on a draw play, but for the most part, haven't seen it here tonight.
Yeah, and a big thing for this SFA defense, I think the big thing is their edge rushers, Aaron Austin, and guys like that have done a great job of coming off the edge and absolutely stifling and forcing those running backs into their big guys in the middle.
We got a timeout here, and we'll stay with it through the break on this one. Timeout on the field. The score 28-0. We'll stay. Pardon me. It's actually the 2-minute timeout. We're not going to stay here for that one. We're going to cut away. 2-minute timeout. We'll be back here. Welcome back here. It's Parents Weekend at Stephen F. Austin. The score 28-0. That was the 2-minute timeout here in the second quarter. For the first time, the Bears are in the red zone. Keon, the quarterback, will put a man in motion, flip forward, and blown straight up, bouncing off of it like a ping pong thing. He took one, then he took a second hit. Wow. Luke Watson, welcome to the broadcast here tonight.
Man, just aggressive. Coming and making a hard, tough tackle. First string to play out in the line, Luke Watson to come and finish it off.
We got a timeout, but we will stay here with it. SFA takes the timeout. I believe it's their second taken of the half. And so, Courtney, here in the first half, 1:54 to go. Your defense has been lights out. You've done a lot of things really, really well. What do you think they've done the best so far in this one?
I think just the adjustment from that first drive, getting kind of gashed a little bit on those first few plays. But I think it's just the linebackers just absolutely closing the gaps.
Yeah.
They're absolutely closing every single gap, and they're putting pressure on this offensive line to really push those guys. And I think they're just doing a great job of just stifling the run. And it's put the Northern Colorado offense in disarray because they need that rushing attack to even think about going into a passing attack.
Yeah.
It's not the other way around. They cannot use their passing attack to open up their rushing attack. They need the rushing attack to open up the passing attack, and SFA's done a great job of stuffing the run.
Third and goal from the 21. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for that one. So, Lumberjack defense got to be stout here, and the fans, they're asking for some fan support. The sidelines are hyped. They're hopping around. Here we go. Third and goal from the 21. Keon taking a snap from the gun. Looking to his left. He'll hand it off, and the Turf Monster got a piece again. And another tackle in the backfield. Bobineau finishing it off. Fourth and goal. And that's even fringe on the field goal territory. I mean, Green he has hit this year from this long. His longest 53, but at the college level, it's one of those things that as SFA takes another timeout to preserve clock, so they can try to work the 2-minute offense here in a second too. That's one of those things that they haven't got to do on this field with any kind of urgency yet because of the last time we played at home was a Thursday night in that that game, that matchup that was made national headlines. 70-0 at halftime. ESPN had it on the app of like, what is going on? And then a shortened second half. So this is the first time they have a chance. It's only 28-0 to actually run their 2-minute offense if they, win the field goal, make or miss here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always opportunities to work on something in a game. And like you said, the 2-minute offense is going to come out here. But coming into this game, we did not expect this, especially. I mean, you expected both teams are fired up to come into this game, but we did not expect SFA to be running away with it like this in the first half. But the big thing for Coach Carthel is that second half. He's going to be talking to his team at halftime to say, hey, we got to come out and play the same way we did the first half as the second half.
Field goal attempt coming here. 42-yard field goal is up, and it is no good. No good. SFA will take over from the 24-yard line.
Is no good.
Man, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, it does. So you can't catch a break on that one. And for Green, he's now 2 for 4 this season on field goals. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks, getting a chance to run the 2-minute offense. Bidlack dropping back. He's looking for one man down on the right. Doesn't have it. Looks over to his left. He'll make the pass complete to Green, getting up to the 45-yard line.
And you can tell Bidlack wanted the deep route, but Green did a great job of sitting in that zone, and Bidlack finding him over the middle.
Bidlack dropping back a pass again. This time, pass is complete. There's a face mask on the grab, and there comes a flag in as well. Excellent job hanging on to make the catch for Stephen F. Austin. It's Donovan Lang on the reception.
As you can see right here, great job by Bidlack getting it out in the flat, but man, like you said, clear face mask on the replay.
Yeah. So we 1st and 10 for the Lumberjack, the penalty, and that'll always help the 2-minute offense move the ball on the field without the clock running some. 15 yards on that one, so now into Northern Colorado territory. Bidlack under a ton of pressure for the first time tonight, nearly sacked. He is hurried, and he escaped out of the pocket, threw it away. Somewhat in the vicinity was Blaine Green, but mostly he was out of the pocket, so it's okay.
Yeah, I think a big thing that just talks about the maturity of Bidlack.
Yeah.
I mean, just getting pressured. Most quarterbacks will go down in that situation, younger quarterbacks, but just getting out of that situation and giving your offense another chance.
2nd down and 10 coming up. Bidlack working with 4 receivers, looking over the middle on the slant, finding Green. Met. Fighting forward, trying to get to the 1st down. I don't know that he got it. Let's see.
It's going to be close.
It will be a 1st down for SFA. 1:07 to go.
And that slant between Bidlack and Green's been money all night.
With the clock ticking down, SFA, you don't have to tell them to hurry. Kylan Harris catches the screen pass up the sideline, 15-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds.
Man, what a block on the screen. That was Green and Rowan Foolen on the outside, just pushing that outside corner to the sideline and allowing Harris to have a running lane.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Green in motion. Bidlack looking in the end zone, finding a man overthrowing intended receiver. That goes out of play, and that is Donovan Lang.
And that's one Bidlack I know he wants back.
Yeah, for sure. Had a little too much juice on that one. He knew he had to make a good throw.
Anthony Williams checking in for SFA.
He's a running back that's been a huge receiving threat.
But yeah, like I was just going to say, that a receiving threat, so we'll see where they go here.
So Bidlack working second 10. Looking to his right, curl route. That's caught once again by Lang. Lang still fighting. Oh,
what a play.
In the end zone! Donovan Lang, 5th touchdown of the half for the Lumberjacks.
Man, what a play. Just hopefully got a replay of that one. Just catching the ball and just navigating through defenders, breaking tackles, and getting in the end zone. Love the celebration as well. This SFA offense is having a lot of fun. Like you say, quick curl route, making a move on first defender, and just navigating and weaving his way through the defense into the end zone.
And he got it all the way in. No knees down, no elbows down. It's good. 34-0. Here comes Campos for the extra point. Stephen F. Austin, brought in as the extra point's good. Stephen F. Austin brought in the fireworks for this Parents Weekend, and I just wonder if they ordered enough. Right now they've already used five of them. So. What a performance here so far offensively, but overall, this is one of those things. Northern Colorado, you came so close last week against the Abilene Christian team that gave Texas Tech a run for their money, and so you got to kind of remember that if you're coming off of a heartbreak of a game, and now you're getting thumped here in this one. Well, this game ain't over. There's still a lot of improvement to be made, a lot of stuff to be worked on, because I still firmly believe this team. I don't think they're going winless this season. I think they're going to be a tough, competitive team once they get to conference play starting, I believe, next week.
Yeah, I think all this started that Northern Colorado needs to have a good first drive. Them getting stopped, going 4 and out, going 3 and out on that drive, it just hurt their momentum.
Yep.
And when SFA scores as quickly as they do, it just put them in a bind here in this first half.
8th drive of the half for the Lumberjacks resulted in a touchdown. Kickoff, first time of the night that it will actually be returned. Justin Gwynn taking a shot at it, but only getting up to the 13-yard line.
Exit hard. Stop. When returns it out.
37 seconds to play here in the first half. The Lumberjack offense got to run the 2 minute, but didn't need 2 minutes. Needed a minute and 10 seconds on that one. Coming up at halftime, we'll look at each team's upcoming games, conference schedules for all the teams in their conference. SFA already playing one conference game and actually sitting by themselves at the moment at the bottom of the conference, losing that one. And McNeese is at the very, very top. Everybody else in the middle. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Kind of a misplay. He wanted to hand it off. Instead, he takes it up the middle after the running back said, no, I'd rather not. Keon working his way forward to get a couple more yards.
And you can tell that Northern Colorado is just trying to get to the half and see if they can make some adjustments and see if they can chip away at this lead in the second half.
So 2nd down and 6 coming up. He will hand it off this time. Meese on the carry will push forward for 3 more yards, maybe 4. Actually, they'll give him 4 more yards. 3rd and 1 coming up. And that's how we'll finish off the half. No more plays coming. The score 35-0 as we move on to halftime. Stephen F. Austin in control of this one. We will be back in a moment for halftime right back here on ESPN+. Kickoff, SFA will be kicking off in this 3rd quarter. Here we go. The kickoff from hand is a little bit shorter than what it has been. Only fair catch it, and we'll take it up to 25. And so we'll get things started at here to start it off. Both teams got to come out and execute, obviously, Courtney. But now for the Bears, I think you're looking for any type of momentum, any type of spark on the offensive side that you can produce.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're going to run the ball. Everybody in the stadium knows that Northern Colorado is going to run the ball. But I would like to see them open up the pass game a little bit, even if it's the short to intermediate passing game. Just finding something positive to get this defensive Stephen F. Austin off your back.
Yeah.
Because they're just pinning their ears back knowing that the run is coming.
Yeah, Meese beside Keon here for Keon the quarterback. 1st and 10 for the Bears, starting things off here in the 3rd quarter. Bears desperate for some kind of offensive production. The passing game right now is actually in the negative. The run game has been pretty strong, almost toe for toe with SFA for what they've done. Keon going over to the right side, eventually ended up being tackled on the play by Trayshawn Adams. 2nd down and 3 coming up here for Northern Colorado. This time now they're going to go to the passing game. It's a low pass but caught. Monroe will scamper forward, and we'll see where he went out of bounds. They will give him the 1st down.
And that's what I was just talking about. And you knew when it comes to passing the football for Northern Colorado, they're going to find Monroe.
Yeah.
That's the name that you heard coming into this game. He's a guy that can get going in a hurry for Northern Colorado in the passing attack.
7th 1st down of the game earned by the Bears. quick screen pass over on the short curl route, 5-yard reception. There's Monroe.
Pass once again goes to Monroe for about 6 yards.
2nd down and 4 coming up.
Charles Demings on the stop for Stephen F. Austin. He hasn't got much action out there. They just threw out there to see if he's awake out there, with the rushing attack being the main focus for Northern Colorado.
2nd and 4 on the carry. It's Stewart breaking one off, and there he goes. He's going to the house. He has traffic all around him. Northern Colorado does exactly what they have to do, coming out with a score on the first drive. It's a touchdown to the house for Darius Stewart. Start off the first scoring play for the Northern Colorado Bears.
Man, just stringing that outside run out all the way to the sideline, and it only took one missed tackle, as you see it here. Just stretching it out until you can get north and south, and just a missed tackle by Trayshawn for Stephen F. Austin, and man, he was off to the races for Northern Colorado. That's a big play that they needed right there.
Stewart's been an incredibly solid rusher for this Northern Colorado squad. Extra point is good. Stewart came into the night with 152 yards, averaging 5.6 yards a carry. Well, that kind of run right there, what I believe was, man, I'll look it up to see if I can get the exact yardage on that one, because that was 59 yards for Darius Stewart. That's going to bump that average up even more.
Yeah, Stewart had, like you said, he had some speed as well.
Yeah.
Just once he got past that initial, the safety trying to come in and make the tackle, and man, he's off to the races. So
yeah,
he has some good speed. It's just a matter of getting their guys in space and allowing them to make plays.
And if you're Stephen F. Austin, look, this is kind of exactly what you did want to happen.
Right.
You can't have that. You've got to be able to come out, shut down on the defensive side, and not relent. Well, on that one, it was just some missed tackles, and that's all it takes in football, though. One missed tackle here, another missed tackle there, and boom, when somebody's off to the races. And Stewart is a fantastic runner. He's strong, he's thick, and he got some wheels and went to the house on that one, 59 yards.
Right. I mean, open field tackling was a key for SFA in that first half. They were lights out in open field and tackling. So they just have to clean it up moving forward for the remainder of the second half.
SFA anticipating a onside attempt here. It will be booted back deep, and there's Harris, and won't even touch it. It'll bounce back in the end zone for a touchback, and so Stephen F. Austin will start off a minute and 37 seconds into this third quarter. Starting this drive off at the 25, and Vidlag trotting his troops on out. Wembley is one running back. His other partner is Anthony Williams, who's been a pleasant surprise here tonight. Seen a lot of action for him. A split back set, 3 wide receivers. Wembley getting the carry, going to the right side, gets forward for 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Wembley pushes forward for a gain of nearly 4.
Good to see Wembley getting his touches, especially earlier in the season. We didn't see him too much earlier in the season, but good to see him getting touches here.
It's been a minute too since we've seen Quaylen Jones as well. So,
right.
But with the score being what it is, might want to say, hey, better safe than sorry. You got a week off too, so go ahead, take your time and enjoy it. Shorter carry on that one for Wembley. That was a gain of 2, 3rd down and 4 coming up.
Expect a heavy dose of the run for SFA in the second half, which they're probably going to look to pass here, but I'm just saying in future drives, just expect that run game to come out.
Vidlag dropping back. He does have pressure here on 3rd down, scrambling, looking for something. And there is a flag on the play.
Great coverage on the back end by Northern Colorado. Just nothing there for Vidlag, and he just forced him to pull the ball down and try to get yardage.
Number 71, offense. That penalty is declined.
So holding is the penalty call for against SFA. That's been declined, so it'll be 4th down and 3 here. Punt squad going to come on out.
I mean, what a stop by Northern Colorado.
Yep.
I mean, you put points on the board coming out in the second half and getting a stop. So it only takes a few plays to chip away and have a shot at it in the end.
Agreed. Eddings, who's the holder on extra points, he will be punting the ball here, left-footed punter, and punts this one a mile. Fair caught at the 18-yard line. We've got a break, 35-7. Northern Colorado, a strong start in the second half. Back in a moment here on ESPN Plus. Welcome back here. 12 minutes to go in the third quarter. A strong start for Northern Colorado. Here in the second half, they produced a touchdown and they get a stop, and now they push forward for about 4 yards. And
what a hit!
This is what kept them so competitive last week with Abilene Christian, is the fact that they could chip away, consistently get 3- and 4-yard gains on every play.
Right, they just want to take you to deep water.
Yeah.
With their rushing attack, and once their defense gets going and forcing 3 and outs, and their rushing attack gets going, it can be tough to get out of the hole that they can put you in. So this is a big defensive possession for Stephen F. Austin.
McNeese is beside the quarterback Keon, 8 rushes for 28 yards so far tonight.
Great shoestring tackle. That's Cotton.
Cotton making the tackle, and Keon getting the reps this evening. Like I said, we did a lot of prep work on Gibbs and on Chong, and Keon wasn't a ton on our radar. 11:02 to play in this third quarter. It's 3rd and short. Stephen F. Austin needs to come up with a stop here. Big play action there as Keon will keep it himself. It's a great sell. Got my eyes tricked for a moment there, and Keon able to press ahead and get the first down for the Bears. And so you knew, I had it in my gut, this was not going to be a team that just goes away.
Oh, not at all.
Because right now their mission, obviously, they want to win one game. Absolutely want to win one game. But they also are looking much farther beyond this, and they've seen every single job as opportunity to get better, to learn more about their team, and set them up for a win down the road.
Yeah, and like you said, they want to win, but man, what a move!
But they're saying, hey, why not try to win this one right here? Keon with the excellent hesitation and getting forward. Another first down for the Bears.
Putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield and making one of the top defenders on this Stephen F. Austin defense miss and Jeremiah Walker. So they're putting together some good drives, and you can tell they made some adjustments at the half, probably challenged their guys, and they coming out and showing it here in the second half.
So 1st and 10 once again for the Bears. They have produced 50% of the first downs they got in the first half here on the first 2 drives.
Tight coverage. It was incomplete though.
Yeah, it did hit the ground. This will be incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 coming up. Pass intended on that one for number 19, Cash Cheeks.
And Jeremiah Walker, we just talked about him on the last play, but man, he is lights out in coverage, just sticky on the receiver.
That's intended for Cash Cheeks. Incomplete, 2nd down.
2nd and 10, ball at 47. Clock stopping now as the passing game has been a little more active here in the second half for the Bears. They'll put a man in motion. Keon got wrapped up, and someone, I want to see who got, it was 90, that's what I thought. 97, Kai Thomas, able to just get a paw on him, and he made the initial hit that slowed down the quarterback there, and then the rest of the team kind of finished it off. But Kai Thomas is having him a night tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming off the edge, he has a great get off, and he just I say this, he set down his foundation in the backfield.
Yeah.
That's his backfield.
Yep.
Him and earlier in the game it was Aaron Austin, and now it's Kai Thomas. So those 2 guys have really put their stamp on the defense.
3rd and 11. Dropping back to pass. Pass complete. What a hit. That's a collision over there. On the reception for the Bears, number 19. That's Cash Cheeks once again, but laying the hit for Stephen F. Austin, number 27, Tyler Hutcherson.
Open field tackle. And again, this is a very, very aggressive defense that comes down. They love to hit.
Yep.
I mean, I know they had the missed tackle earlier, but they love to come down and lay the lumber, and so that's just been a key. And great job by Hutchinson, IDing the play, what's going on, and coming down and making the tackle.
So 4th down and 11.
That one almost got
punt just got off, and it's still a great punt. Received by Harris. Harris this time taking full opportunity to fair catch it, get under it, and secure it. Earlier it did have the miscue on it, but SFA will start off at their own 10-yard line, just in front of their own 10-yard line, not exactly on it, but just in front of it. We do have a timeout here on the floor. We'll be back in a moment.
16-time national champion.
Here after the media timeout, 8:08 to go in this third quarter. 35-7 Vidlac will hand it off to Wembley. Wembley working to the right side, finds one gap, finds it second, then is eventually wrapped up and thrown down. Over on the right side of the field, making the tackle for the Bears, Blake Palladino.
What a powerful run by Wembley. I mean, just running through one of the defenders for Northern Colorado and getting positive yardage for Stephen F. Austin.
Second down coming up and 4 to go. Pitch it over to the left side, Wembley. Fumbling, stumbling, and able to still get a first down anyways. What a run from Wembley. A lot of effort and a lot of heart on that one. Able to keep his feet just enough. I thought he might take a tumble, but able to work through it.
Man, what contact balance by Wembley. Just being able to take contact, put his hand in the ground and keep his balance and got the first down.
Listen, let's not fix what ain't broke. They're going to go one more time left side. Wembley this time getting another gain of 6 yards. That's consistent.
Jalen Jenkins checking in. He checks in as the fifth leading rusher in the Southland Conference. So just this running back room in general, there is very, very stout in the guys that they have for Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah, Jenkins is going to have a little bit of pressure here from Wembley with the numbers that Wembley's putting up now in the rankings. I'll give you his stats here in just a moment. Handoff going. Wow, to the man. Could it be to the house? Uh-oh, here he goes. Jalen Jenkins. Oh, he's checked one off and another.
Man.
Touchdown.
What a run.
Holy moly, Jalen Jenkins.
And I just said it. We haven't talked about him much tonight. He is the fifth leading rusher in the Southland Conference, and he just showed you why he's one of the top running backs in the conference.
Just a ton of breakaway speed. This man able to find a gap, and there he goes and goes. But then it's not just going with speed, it's with power, and it's throwing one man down, another man. He might have thrown his own guy down and still got in the end zone.
Just what a run. Just all around, just what a run by Jenkins.
All right, Campos out for the extra point. There's a nice counter punch from Stephen F. Austin. Hadn't had much success here in the third quarter so far, but well, that one Jenkins says just hold on 1 second. Campos, extra point. It's good. 42-7 is the score. We have a media timeout. We'll be right back here on ESPN Plus. Welcome back here, third quarter, 6:36 to go, and Stephen F. Austin countered with their first score of the second half. Northern Colorado started off the half with a touchdown and then forced SFA to punt. Well, then Northern Colorado had a punt, and Stephen F. Austin flipped it right back on him, and that was your man. That was Jenkins on that carry for forever, man. What a run.
Yeah, it just establishes this running back room as one of the best in the FCS in general for SFA.
All right, another touchback, and that's been another consistent point of tonight as well. Jacob Hand has been able to force several touchbacks. I believe 6 out of his 7 have been touchbacks, and the one that wasn't, they probably wish it was. So here we go on all of us getting ready here for 6.5, a little over 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 42-7. So Keon will take the snap. He will hand it off. It's Darius Stewart. That man has an explosive run, but that time he got absolutely snuffed out right from the beginning and in the backfield. Making the tackle for Stephen F. Austin, number 26, Tony Aniwayu.
Man, just tracking from his on the right side as the defensive end, tracking the running back and bringing him down in the backfield. So,
second down and 11. Throwing this time is Keon, looking over to his right, and that was swatted down by the defensive player Aaron Austin. You've talked about him earlier. He's had a really good night so far as well.
Yeah, he's a playmaker, and he's a ball player off the edge for Stephen F. Austin. And Coach Carthley, I know he's happy to get that guy from Colorado, and he makes plays. He gets in the back, he lives in the backfield, and you see that his athleticism jumping up and batting down the ball that was going to the flat for Northern Colorado.
3rd and 11. Keon dropping back, looking over to his left. The pass will be completed, but only for a gain of 3 yards. Clock will continue to run as the forward progress wasn't made. On the reception for the Bears, Cash Cheeks again. Big tight end for this Northern Colorado squad. So you look at this team, a lot of good pieces, and that's what you want to see out of a rebuilding program. That you know what, you go through tough years, you go through those, but you want to build off good pieces stacking on top of each other.
And I've heard a few coaches talk about this. I'm pretty much all of them, but the last step is consistency.
Yeah.
You have the want-to, you have the splash plays, you have the defense that can sometimes get the stop that you want. It's about doing it on every single down of every single play and being a more consistent program, and that's the last step in Northern Colorado for them to get over the hump.
Here's the punt return by Adams. Adams juking and jiving over here at the 20-yard line. He's eventually brought down.
And a flag thrown on the play.
Yeah, flag on the play here.
On the return, penalty flag on the play.
I didn't see what it might be. They're going to drop the flag closer to the 20. We'll see what we got here. We'll listen in with the ref.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 6 receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So illegal block in the back on that one, 10-yard penalty against Stephen F. Austin. So they'll back him up a little bit more. The flag was thrown at the 20, so they'll take him back to the 10. That's advanced math for you right there, CG. What you go to college for.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, Stephen F. Austin saw a huge bright spot from Jenkins on that play. I think you might get a little bit more dose of him coming up.
Yeah, and I expected it. I mean, Stephen F. Austin wants to finish off the game running the football and running it down Northern Colorado's throat and not using that passing attack as much as Northern Colorado want them to put the ball in there and have more opportunities to take the ball away. But yeah, overall, just the rushing attack. You're going to see a lot of it on both sides.
Jenkins is in the backfield. He won't get the carries. It's play action. Vidlac, a little sidearm throw over to Green. Green caught it and got his way. Dove to the 20. His knee might have been down to the 19. That's where they will mark it. Gain of 9. 2nd and 1 coming up.
Man, and that slant pass from Vidlac to Green has been money all night.
Well, he just sits down. He kind of, you see it, watch his legs. He bends down into it, and like a shortstop to second base, flips that thing with a sidearm throw over to Green on that one.
Yeah, it's nothing that the cornerback can do.
Yeah.
Especially if the quarterback is placing the ball where he needs to place the football, it's nothing that the cornerback can do about it.
So here's Jenkins trying to make another magical moment happen, but not anything crazy magical. But it's a first down. We'll take it. You know, if you're him, if you're the staff, you're like, okay, first down, we're good to go, and let's keep going. So now,
I bet for Coach Carthley, it's a luxury to have Jenkins coming off the bench later in the game and just running down your throat like each and every one of these running backs do.
100%. 1st and 10 coming up here for Stephen F. Austin. Vidlac will hand it over to Jenkins again, and he's met this time, not going to find a gap anywhere because Northern Colorado absolutely just clogged the hole, and the ball actually came out. I think they're going to say that the runner was down first, but Northern Colorado had the ball after the tackle.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, the ball popped out. I think they blew it.
Jenkins, yeah, but when you have a running back room of Jenkins and Wembley and Jones,
I mean, blew it dead.
Yeah, but just what a fantastic group. Looking deep is Vidlac under a ton of pressure. Oh no!
Oh man!
That's a play right there that Ezra Ekuban is going to want back so bad. That ball all but just went into his hands.
And that's one Vidlac probably wants back and wish he wouldn't have thrown. And that's what I was just talking about. I mean, you'd expect SFA to continue to run the football, and Northern Colorado would like them to probably pass a little bit more to try to get opportunities to takeaways. And that's one that Northern Colorado needs to have in future situations.
So 3rd down and long coming up. Vidlac dropping back to pass, trying to work his way up in the pocket, and he does get a few yards back out of it. So 4th down and about 5. Or pardon me, let's see, it'll be 5 on this one. They're like trying to step up into the pocket and make something happen kind of on a severely delayed draw, but it'll be short, and the punt squad coming back out. So far, been a really, really good night.
And Vid like jogging off the field gingerly on that after that tackle as well.
SFA missing one person, and the play clock going to actually run out here. A penalty for delay of game unless we took a timeout. Let's see. It is a timeout taken. We'll take a break with them. We'll be right back here on ESPN Plus. All right, SFA ready to get the punt off here after that 30-second timeout. Well, a punt once again. That's been consistent. Eddings with the punt. Return now from, I believe that's Monroe on the return. He'll work his way up to about the 36, 37-yard line.
Monroe returns the punt. About the 32.
So here we go, 42-7 to score, 2:19 left in this third quarter. It's been a solid performance offensively and defensively for Stephen F. Austin. For Northern Colorado, they have had some bright spots. They've seen a couple things. They've had the drive that was broken off, and Darius Stewart continues. You know, he's not in every single play, but when he comes in, he almost comes in mostly third down situations, but when he comes in, he really provides a good spark.
Yeah, absolutely. And he, like you said, he's been a spark overall here, especially in the second half.
Keon going to make the pass out to Monroe. Monroe will catch it, make his way forward for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Again, Braden Monroe, the stout receiver for Northern Colorado.
So substitutions happening here on both sides. 2nd and 3 here. Keon fakes the handoff, chooses to keep it himself, but there he's met. As soon as he crossed the 40-yard line, they said hello and welcome to it.
A host of Lumberjacks.
Yeah, no kidding. Kind of pick which one, and he's probably in there in the mix of it.
And great decision to pull, but I think he ran into the back of or the side of one of his offensive linemen, which allowed the defense for Stephen F. Austin to corral.
So 3rd down and
football.
Yeah, 3rd down and 2 coming up now. Handoff. I don't think he quite got the first down. So 4th and short. It will be marked a little short of it.
Looking to go for it here is Northern Colorado on 4th and 1.
Fourth and 1, the heavy package. I imagine they're going to try to run around the gut.
Oh,
they will try,
man,
but it was unsuccessful. They didn't try to go up the middle. They went out to the left side, and it's a 4th down stop for Stephen F. Austin.
Ed Bobno, the big defensive lineman for Stephen F. Austin, just stood him up and allowed the rest of the defenders for Stephen F. Austin to come in and finish him off there. Just a great stop for Stephen F. Austin.
I love seeing the shots of the team over on the sideline too, because it's a lot of joy over there. I love getting to see them celebrating because they're putting in the work. They're doing it. They're doing a job and doing it really well so far. So 42-7. And Stephen F. Austin fans, if you only watch them when it's a home game, you might be like, man, is our game's just football this easy for us? I mean, look at the that's what they would be saying, not us, obviously, but for them, they're like, Stephen F. Austin, because home games, they have just been really adding it on. 1st and 10 for Stephen F. Austin. Rutherford going to be the new quarterback now as another run coming for Jenkins here as he just makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to take us most likely to the end of the quarter, I imagine, as we're okay with the Yeah, we're going to be okay with letting that finish us out. We head to the fourth quarter. The score 42-7. Be back in a moment with the fourth quarter here on ESPN Plus. Welcome back to Nacogdoches, Texas. Homer Bryce Stadium, home of the Lumberjacks, and they are doing a fantastic job tonight, pleasing the home fans here on Parents Weekend at SFA. 42-7 to score, and I'm seeing a lot of positive. I'm seeing, listen, despite the score, I'm seeing a lot of positive things from Northern Colorado here. I think I might just become a fan just because I love the press conferences. I love what I've seen so far. SFA bringing in their backup quarterback in Rutherford, looking deep down the field, steps up in the pocket, makes a throw, wide open, pass complete, 10-5. He's tripped up, but what a way to go for Gavin Rutherford, stepping up despite the pressure around him and making the catch for Stephen F. Austin. Yeah, Kadarian Erskine making the play.
And you see the tight end just the quarterback Rutherford just waiting for the tight end to clear the linebacker and finding him over the middle.
There's Jenkins, who gets stuffed up on the left side. I mean, in the offense tempo, no matter the score, we're going to keep it high tempo. That's just what they do. That's their DNA, and when it works this well, I don't blame them at all.
I think it's an injury on the field on Northern Colorado side.
Yeah, a little slow to get up on the play is Darrell Bryant Jr. So they'll tend to him quickly, but it will not be a media break or anything. We're going to keep this thing rolling. Second down and 6. Pardon me, is it second and goal here for Stephen F. Austin? I got tricked on that one. I apologize. Here we go, second and goal. Rutherford working with 2 running backs. He'll make the handoff to Jenkins. Jenkins gets hit in the backfield, and that might be one of the few times we've seen Stephen F. Austin get hit in the backfield this evening.
Yeah, it hasn't happened much, and that was the linebacker.
Keenan Guthrie. Yeah, Keenan Guthrie coming to make that tackle.
Stop.
Keenan Guthrie, 10 tackles this year, now has 2.5 tackles for loss this season.
We'll see where Stephen F. Austin goes here. They haven't been in this situation. Third and goal. Yeah, third and goal. Yeah.
From the 8-yard line here. So Rutherford, he has 2 to his right. He'll put Erskine in motion. Steps back, looking, steps up in the pocket, but immediately swallowed up and falls down around the 6-yard line.
Made the right decision. There was nothing down the back end. Great coverage by Northern Colorado, and just
give Campos a chance now.
Just give you kicker a chance to get you some points on the board and avoid a turnover.
Been very few drives so far. 3 punts is all that the SFA squad has done. No turnover on downs this evening. Campos coming out for his first field goal attempt. He's had several point afters, but we got a timeout taken by Stephen F. Austin. A little confusion on the special teams side, and that's
the second one.
I don't want to be on the special teams unit right now.
Oh, yeah.
Having to go talk to Coach Carthel. So we have a timeout here. We'll stay with it through the 30-second timeout.
SFA, their second charge timeout and a half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout here for second one used by Stephen F. Austin. 12:22 to go here in this fourth quarter, and it's I came into it, Courtney. Listen. Maybe I believe too much out of press conferences, but when I came to it, I was just like, man, I think this is going to be a really close game. And, Stephen F. Austin came and outperformed my expectations in this one. And so I'm pleasantly surprised to see what they've done here. But Northern Colorado, still a lot of good takeaways from this, and they can feel good with.
Yeah, they've had some great defensive possessions where they actually forced a 3 and out. But the offense came alive here in the second half where they got some big runs.
The field goal coming here. 22-yard field goal attempt is up. It's good. 45-7 the score. We got immediate timeout. We'll be back in a moment. Stephen F. Austin leading here. Welcome back here. Score 45-7. Parents weekend and fans. Stephen F. Austin obviously very well pleased here. Coach Carthel and the guys have to be excited. I love seeing over at the 50-yard line. You see all the guys there. They're hyped. They're jumping up and down, waving towels, and it's a party down there. And you know what it should be if you put in the kind of work that you have this week and coming off of a tough loss. A tough loss makes you appreciate the wins that much more.
Right. I mean, going back to work and as much work as these guys put in, they come out on Saturday nights wanting to have a blast.
Yeah.
And just have fun and just fly around on the football field. And I mean, they only get a few Saturdays out of the entire year where they can come out here and play football. So you love to see those guys out there having fun and enjoying what they do.
Courtney, I think we can shift the conversation if we wanted for this last quarter, whenever when SFA has the ball, and I'm curious to see what it's going to take for both of these teams to succeed in conference play. For Northern Colorado, they're looking at this as they're playing what seems to be a pretty dang good Stephen F. Austin team. I think they're getting some good reps in, and I think they're trying to find the consistency at the quarterback, and the injury bug has bit them, and once that bites, that's hard to come up with. But wow, what a tackle on that rush for Stephen F. Austin. Big man getting in, making the play. And that's Kamard Kimball, the freshman defensive tackle, coming on in, and I believe getting his first tackle of the season, actually. But for Northern Colorado, what do you think? One, I know what their definition of success will be, but what do you think a definition of success would be for this Bear team in conference play?
Well, I think a big thing is just finding your avenue and just chipping away at what you're doing and continue to put in the work every week and just building on the wins. The big thing is just finding a win and just letting your players taste having a win and building off of that. I think it's just chipping away and just building on the wins. You can't look ahead and think about what your final record will be. You just got to find that first win in conference play if you're Northern Colorado.
Yeah, I think you're right. And for Stephen F. Austin, when you flip the tables, I think that they want to be competitive at the top of the conference. They really want to do that. And I know you're going to have to compete with some dogs. You're going to have to get up there in the conference play with. You have the Nichols, and you have these schools that are they're playing well and they're playing strong, and there's a lot of forces out there.
You have to, I think, for Stephen F. Austin, you have to be undefeated at home in conference play. You have to win all your home games, and you have to be able to steal some on the road against some tough competition.
Another big hit for Stephen F. Austin. Elijah Fields doing the honors that time. Elijah Fields.
ECA Bobino.
His eighth tackle. I didn't see Bobino.
Yeah, he gave him a big chest bump.
Oh, did he?
You love to see the older guys congratulating those younger guys and getting them some reps and whatnot.
4th and 4 coming up now. Punt squad out once again.
Again, some issues with the special teams.
A late substitution, but able to still get those on, especially on the defensive side. You're okay. You don't get a penalty for only playing with 10, but 12
right.
You would.
Yeah, that's true.
The punt gets off and received to the 35. Adams gets all the way up to the 50, where he's eventually wrapped up and brought down, making the tackle for the Bears on that one. A shoestring tackle for Ntama Tuateli. We have a timeout happening. Yeah, we're going to take the break with them. We'll be right back. 10:41 to go in the fourth quarter. 45-7 right here on ESPN Plus. 50-yard line here, 1st and 10. 10:41 to go in this fourth quarter. 45-7 the score. Handoff and
good
another rushing attempt for Stephen F. Austin. You might see for the first time, you might see the play clock actually get milked a little bit more. Jenkins once again on the carry.
That was Benson.
Oh, pardon me, yeah.
28.
Diego Benson. Rutherford, the quarterback for Stephen F. Austin. That's going to be a offsides free play for Rutherford, so he's making the right decision going deep.
Try to help him get it.
That was trying. Yeah, good effort on the play from Eric Tate. So he went up trying to get on the free play, but
from Gilmer, Texas, a local East Texas kid, a freshman.
Right. Yep.
So.
Virtual zone, 5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
First down for Stephen F. Austin after the offsides, neutral zone infraction. 1st and 10 from the 39. Another run for Stephen F. Austin. That one will gain 7 on the play. Once again, Diego Benson is actually going to run the hurry up still. You know, getting to get some reps for guys running the hurry up offense that aren't normally in here. And so, wow, I thought that ball went into, I thought it just got straight stripped out of the hands of Rutherford. That was a heck of an effort from Zach Nowatzki.
Great job by Rutherford pulling the ball down, because he was looking at that bunch formation to the short side of the field. I guess a receiver ran a wrong route or something on the short side. So great job by him seeing that it's not there and pulling it down and getting the first down.
1st and 10. Once again, Sanders on the carry. Pardon me, not Sanders. Benson on the carry. 2nd down coming up and 7 to go.
Benson, just another running back that gets downhill, and so that's just, they just established that on the practice field and from their coach that we're going to get downhill, and we're going to get downhill in a hurry. We're going to get downhill physically, and that's just a culture within that SFA running back room.
Final stat line seems like Sam Vidlak's night is done for the evening. 16 for 26, 61% completion, and 219 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, pretty good night. Pretty good night. His leading receiver is the running back continues just to keep getting hit, and finally went down right at the line of scrimmage. All that pounding for right. Maybe a yard. We'll give him 1 yard gain. Okay, you'll at least take that 1 yard gain on his leading receiver tonight, Blaine Green. 5 receptions, 93 yards. Kylan Harris also had 4 receptions for 72 yards and a touchdown. Other receivers with touchdowns, Neighbors and Fluellen. Third and 5. Rutherford making the pass on the slant route. It's complete. Lane Lewis. Pardon me, Derek Bowler going to be the receiver there.
Haven't said that name much, but another transfer from Indiana. So you can tell for some big P5 programs that SFA has got some guys in the chamber to let loose.
Running back gets met on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Chris Martinez checking in here for Stephen F. Austin, as Benson has been toting the rock quite a bit. Play clock will continue to tick on down. Encourage you to check out tomorrow night's broadcast. We've been busy here on ESPN Plus producing Stephen F. Austin Athletics, and lots of volleyball lately. Tomorrow night soccer, 7 p.m. Rutherford will hand it off to Martinez, who just checked in, and he pushes it ahead for a 5 yard gain.
Cameron Random for 35. Where's Martinez on the carry?
So Martinez getting his first carry, getting some forward progress, and like to see that.
Another freshman from the Dallas area, Red Oak High School.
3rd and 6.
Some more rushing stats from our starters whose night is going to be done. Quaylen, Jenkins, who might still get to play some, is our leading rusher tonight. 6 attempts for 82 yards and a touchdown. Wembley had 9 attempts and 37 yards and 2 touchdowns. Quaylen Jones, 10 attempts, 79 yards. Rutherford under pressure, and he is sacked.
David Hogue gets in to make the sack.
Quaylen Jones still having just a fantastic year. And listen, he did all that production basically, what, in a quarter? Right around a quarter or so is when he got a little nicked up, and so I'm sure he's fine. He's been walking around and on the sideline, and no need to put him back in, especially when you got a bye week next week, and no need to push it here tonight. Fourth and 14. 34-yard field goal. Campos. It's good.
Here's Campos. 34-yard field goal is good. That's a lead, 48-7.
48-7. And we've got a media timeout. One more here. We'll take it. 5:34 to go in the fourth quarter. 48-7. We'll be right back here on ESPN Plus. And we're back here at Homer Bryce. Kickoff coming from the Lumberjacks. A lot of smiling faces. A lot of, look at that. I love the excitement on the sideline from any team. But you see these guys. It's a party down there on the sideline. And 48-7 is a score. A lot to celebrate. I've always been told to always celebrate a victory, and Stephen F. Austin seems to be starting just a bit. A couple minutes left here in this one. It's a fair caught on the kickoff by Justin Gwynn. So Colorado will start things off at the 25. Stephen F. Austin on a off week, a bye week next week, and then we'll be back right here at Homer Bryce. Is it north or south when we come back on the 5th? I know it's a Louisiana school. Is it Northwestern, Southwestern?
No, it's Northwestern State.
Northwestern, okay.
Northwestern
I
State.
knew it was somebody from Louisiana.
They go to Southeastern
there
Louisiana.
We go. That's it. Yeah, you're right. 1st and 10.
After they go to it's Northwestern State at home, at Lamar, and out at Southeastern Louisiana.
The home field of Homer Bryce has been nice to them, and they've played really well. I think now, because what you saw from Stephen F. Austin, the game against North Texas was just, it was a great game. I thought there was a great effort there. I thought
35-20.
I thought it could have been. I thought they could have won the game. I thought they definitely want that game with McNeese back. Right. They wish they could play them again because they they wouldn't make the same mistake twice. 2nd and 10 here for the Bears. Keon will hand it off, and fighting is Jordan Hornbrake. Hornbrake getting 4 yards to the plate. Coming up is 3rd down and 6.
A bigger back, stocky.
Yeah,
great size from him.
We haven't seen Chung and we haven't seen Gibbs for the Bears at all here in this one.
And watch this size difference. You go from a big stocky back to a smaller, undersized back. Let's see how that does. It sometimes messes with the defenders and on running plays.
Keon dropping back, looking for the quick slant. Does find it. Pass complete.
What a catch.
Hornbrake.
Just the big physical stature just allowed him to go up and grab the ball while defenders were all around him.
1st down for the Bears.
Hunter Hutcherson on the stop.
Keon will hand it off again. Getting close to the 40-yard line, and probably end up at the 39 is where he'll be tackled.
Now Jaquez Robertson, the rusher for Northern Colorado.
2nd down coming up and 7 to go.
Robertson, 2nd down 7.
Tell you what, I know for our fans, across the country tuning in, watching this one, that we're football fans. It's not just what a stick. Pass was complete, and that's one of those that Matthew Casada. I don't know if he wishes he would have caught that or not, because either way he was still getting hit.
You can see it here on the wide receiver screen, and that's Zion Hopes.
Yeah,
the sophomore from Jefferson, Texas, and transferred from Louisiana Tech.
3rd and long here for the Bears. Be like 3rd and 9. That pass falls incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see what the decision is for the Bears. But as we're fans of college football. We love.
Right.
What we're doing is we're calling games and checking out scores, and we're watching games all week and in the mornings and everything. And I think it was nice this morning to wake up, even though the weather's actually been better the first couple of weeks of college football than it was today, especially here in East Texas. It's so good. 4th week of September to know that. 4th week of September, 4th week of college football, mid-September. It is college football season. It's here, and the games just keep getting better and mean more, and the teams start finding their rhythm, and football is a pleasure to get to watch.
And with all the conference realignment just all over the country, FBS, FCS, it's built up to have better matchups all around.
Yeah.
Across the country.
Yep.
And so October and November are going to be the top tier months of just banging it out, conference football across the country, and FBS and FCS, and we're going to get that here in the Southland, and Northern Colorado's going to get that in the Big Sky with just great competition throughout the country.
Yeah, I totally agree, and it's one of those things too that just on the FBS level, seeing all the top-ranked schools, and you got you're a Texas fan, and I'm a Texas fan, but lots of schools represented, lots of teams all the way around. FCS football has been good, and I think Stephen F. Austin's really trying to fight their way into a way to see if they can get out with absolutely amazing A+ of a season, Austin. And I think what Northern Colorado's going to be looking at is throughout the duration of a season. A season's a long time,
right?
It lasts a really long time. So I think their goal is they're going to be, hey, we want to come out and I think they can pull off 3 wins, maybe 4. I think they can do it. Now, will they? I don't know, but we'll see.
I think a big thing for them is just getting healthy.
Yeah.
Trying to see if they can get all their guys back. If not, it's just finding that one moment, that one win that could spark your program and go on a run. So.
And we do have our final media timeout here with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The score 48-7. We'll be back in a moment here on ESPN Plus. Welcome back here. 2nd down and 6 to go. Running play for Stephen F. Austin. A couple plays left here. You would imagine 1:50 to go, and Lumberjacks most likely going to take the duration of the play clock down.
Yeah, you expect them to keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah. Third down coming up here. 3rd down and 6. As we envision, play clock down to 5 now, and so when you're trying to kill that clock, I like it a lot better staying in the huddle longer and not making your guys just freeze, because one of those big men, right, they're bound to do it. They're bound. It's just going to happen. So that one goes for a gain of 1. 4th down coming up, and maybe 4th and 3. There will be, I imagine, 1 punt coming up from Stephen F. Austin here, and then, but actually, looks like we might, Coach Carthel might be taking his last time out.
Yeah, letting the play clock run down.
Yeah. Set up the punt, get 1, and you know what, if you're special teams unit, you've been so good tonight, you want to go off and finish off on 1 great punt, I think, because It's been a really good night for Callum Eddings, the punter. And so
Stephen F. Austin, their final charge timeout of the half. It's their 32nd timeout.
The 32nd timeout here taken by Stephen F. Austin, trying to help them get their punt team set up. Coming up right after the game, we'll give you some post-game stats and then wrap it up and send us on out. We appreciate you hanging out with us here on this Saturday evening. A lot of fun if you're a Lumberjack fan, just to watch us and see it. And the crowd is a little bit thinned out since the start of the game. It was packed in here, as to be expected. I mean, the team comes out and performs like that, you feel really good. But the Northern Colorado squad, I'm still a fan. They ball a fan out of me. I'm pleased with what I've seen in the effort-wise, and they got outmatched today, but I felt like the effort and their energy was strong, and it's been consistent throughout the game.
Yeah, it's a growing program. It like you said, it takes a...
I just said that Eddings wanting to end on a positive note with a punt. That's the one that's going to drive him crazy this week now.
Yeah, and that one came off the side of his foot.
Yeah, it did. It did. But it still floated to be able to get down. I believe it was about a 36-yard punt. So
But yeah, like I was saying about Northern Colorado, it might not be this group the one that take you over the top and win your conference championship, but this group can be the establishment of what the culture will be in the program, and then groups after can build up. Even guys coming back and you know what I'm saying, juniors and sophomores and freshmen and incoming freshmen or incoming transfers can see the culture of the program and build off of that and build to where they can have a stable program, stable and functional program in the Big Sky.
Yeah, I totally agree. Keon will hand it off one more time here. Might be the last play of the game, and what a big run on that one from Jaquez Robertson.
Robertson on the carry.
And the clock will stop after the first down. Once it is placed, the game clock will continue on.
One play, if any, one final play for Northern Colorado.
Yeah, possibly. So they are hustling. They want to get that one play in. All the guys are hustling to the line. Clock down to 3, 2, 1. Will they get off? They'll get it off just in time.
I don't think they didn't get it off.
Oh, they did get it off. All right. I know the cannon went off. I heard it while the snap was happening. Final score in this one, 48-7. We'll take one last break. We'll come back and give you some stats here and be back here on ESPN Plus. And welcome back here to Homer Bryce Stadium. Stephen F. Austin victorious 48-7 over the Bears of Northern Colorado. We'll give you some stats to finish this one off here tonight. We look at first down count. Stephen F. Austin dominated first downs 26-12. Passing yards, for Northern Colorado, never really got it going passing wise, as they went 13 passes for 13 for 21, 18 yards total. Stephen F. Austin went 18 for 28, 259 air yards on the ground. It was another solid performance for Stephen F. Austin, is what they've had 40 rushes, 250 yards. And Northern Colorado, that was their calling card coming into this game. 45 rushes on 224 yards. Some top performers in this one. Kai Keon is the leading rusher for the Bears of Northern Colorado. 17 rushes for him, 83 yards. Did lose 7, so a net of 76 yards, no rushing touchdown. Darius Stewart did have a 59-yard rushing touchdown for the Bears, the only score of the game for them. And then passing-wise, Kai Keon went 10 of 14, 20 yards. His long completion was 8 in this one. Receiving-wise, we said Braden Monroe quite a few times. He was targeted 6 times, made 3 receptions for 16 yards in this one. And then punting side, Hunter Green did a good job for the Bears. 9 punts, 422 yards. That's a 46.9 average is what he did there punting-wise. For SFA, their leading rusher was Jalen Jenkins, 80 yards off 6 carries. Quaylen Jones had an abbreviated night, 10 rushes, 79 yards. Jenkins also had a touchdown, and Wembley had 2 touchdowns. Sam Vidlac went 16 to 26, 219 in the air, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and Rutherford came in through 2 passes for 40 yards. Receiving, Blaine Green targeted 8 times, made 5 receptions for 93 yards. Harris had a touchdown, Neighbors with a touchdown, and Fluellen had a touchdown as well for the Lumberjacks. And so overall, a really solid night. Courtney, any final thoughts here before we sign off?
Man, just what a performance by Stephen F. Austin. They came out and kind of let out some of that anger from last week against McNeese State out on Northern Colorado. But overall, Northern Colorado, you seen the fight, you see what they can do. You just hope that program can continue to build on these losses and building up to where they can eventually start winning some ball games and putting that culture into work, putting that culture to work on the field.
Yeah, best of luck to the Bears moving forward here the rest of the season. I'll tell you what, getting to study and talk with them and get to really just become a fan. I wish them the best moving forward over there in the Big Sky. Both teams on a bye next week, and then they kick it off and when we get to October with their next matchups. We thank you all for hanging out with us tonight and enjoying some college football on a Saturday night. So for Courtney Garcia, I am Chris Simmons saying so long from Homer Bryce Stadium, where the final score is 48-7 in favor of the Lumberjacks from Stephen F. Austin. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.